Okay, everybody gather along. It's about to be a story time.
Watch your man, then you should watch your mouth. Bitches is pressed, administer mouth to mouth. You see them stats? You know what I am about?
Hey you guys, it's Janell Nicole here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time about the time I met this guy online and I met up with him in person and he tried to trap me in his car. So, you know, this is not the proudest moment of my life. I definitely do regret doing this. Don't ever do this. I don't know why. I don't even know what possessed me to do something this bad, but I did it. And yeah, here's my experience. I actually met him off of this app called POF, which is called, it's short for Plenty of Fish. And you can actually still look up this app. It's on the iTunes, what am I saying? It's on the Apple Store. You can just type in POF and it will pop right up. So this was the app that I met him on. And it's pretty much an app where you can meet up with different people that live in the same state as you. So me and my friends had made a POF account just to troll. We really just wanted to troll on there. We just wanted to see what type of guys they had on there. We really weren't taking it serious. Like, I really wasn't on there to actually find a date. I know some people actually do go on there to find a date, but I was not on there to find no date. You know, I didn't have no troubles in that department. You know what I'm saying? And this happened when I was about, I think I was 16 or 17. I think I was 16. I'm 19 now. So yeah, I think this happened when I was 16 because I remember I didn't have a car and I had to use my mom's car. So this happened when I was about 16 years old. And of course, you know, being 16 and being dumb, you do dumb things. So one day, POF had alerted me that some guy had liked my profile picture, and I didn't really think much of it because, like I said, I'm like, okay, like, it's probably just another creep. But for some reason, I went on my account and I looked. And come to find out, he was a very fine young man, okay? I was like, I think he was 24 years old. He was in the military, and I think he was like 6 foot. He was just fine as hell, okay? He was just really fine. So I had liked his profile back or whatever, and he had slid in my DMs, and he was like, hey, how you doing, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, I'm doing good, you know, just a smiling, just cheesing. And I did tell him I was 16 because you had to be 18 and up to even make an account. But of course, I lied and said I was 18. I told him that I was 16. And he was like, oh, I'm fine with that. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you ain't tripping, I ain't tripping. And I was like, of course, I'm not tripping. So me and him talked for like 2 days. We're going to call him Jay because honestly, I don't really remember his name. But I hope his name really isn't Jay. But we just gonna call him Jay because I don't got no other name for him. So me and Jay were texting for like 2 days on the app. So then he was like, we need to hang out. We should hang out. He kept like pressing me to hang out. And I'm like, oh, like, dang, like, I just met you. Like, I'm a really cool guy. Please, like, let's just hang out. I can show you a good time. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like he's fine as hell. Why not? So I remember it was a Friday night. I just had school that day. He had to work that day. And we agreed to meet at this Walmart that was like right around where I lived at the time. You know, it's a public place. I thought it was going to be cool, but no, it was not. So I had one problem though. I was like, how am I going to tell my mom about this? You know, I can't tell my mom I'm about to go meet a stranger from offline. Like, she ain't going to be having that. She ain't going to be down for that. And my dad was sleeping at the time. And I was like, hey mom. She's like, where you going? I was like, oh, I'm about to go hang out with my friends. And this was the first time I ever lied to my mom. This is the only story that I can think of that my mom doesn't know about, and I know she's gonna watch this video, so shout out to you, mom. I know you're watching, but I'm so sorry that I did this, okay? I'm sorry. I told her, I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. I'll be back, da-da-da, is that okay? She was like, okay, that's fine, just let me know when you're coming back. So at the time, I didn't have a car. And I used to drive my mom's minivan, so I grabbed the keys, I hopped in the mom-mobile. So I arrived at the Walmart, I text the guy, I was like, I'm here. And he was like, all right, bet, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And that's when it started to hit me. I was like, wait a minute, am I really about to meet a dude offline? Like, what if it turns out not to be him? Like, what am I gonna do? But then I was like, it's cool because I'm in a public place. So if it turns out not to be him, it's gonna be straight. You know, I'm gonna be good. All of a sudden, I hear this loud music. I hear like this big old, like, all this loud music coming from this car, and I see this silver car. He pulls up. All I see is these tinted windows, and I see like the driver, and I see the driver's side window is down, and I see some smoke coming out of it. So I'm like, I really hope that's not him because I don't got the time to be dealing with all that, you know, like I really hope it's not him. And I took like a little glance, like a little peek at him, and it did look like him. He just looked a little bit rough. Like he looked like he didn't shave, you know, which is fine. You know, I like the rough look too. He texted me, he was like, where you at? And I was like, oh, I'm here. So I had got out the car, and I was like standing like kind of like on the sidewalk thing. And he was like, oh, I see you, come walk to my car. And I was like, okay. So I walked up to his car, and he was like licking his lips and like doing all this stuff. He was smoking. And at the time, I didn't know he was smoking weed because I never been around weed before. So I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, why does it smell like burnt rubber? But I didn't realize that he was smoking weed. And he was like, oh, you look so good, you know, why you standing over there? Oh, you looking fine as hell. You know, just give me all these compliments. And I'm like, thank you. He was like, why don't you get in the car? Like, why you keep standing outside? And I was like, oh, I'm just a little nervous. Like, I don't want to get in the car. But I wasn't thinking straight. So I hopped in the car, but I was like, okay, I'll get in the car, but I'm going to leave the door open. He was like, why? Why you tripping? He started getting mad at me. Like, he was getting real hostile. He was like, why? Like, why you acting like I'm gonna do something to you? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, excuse me. Like, I'm just trying to make sure I'm straight. You know, I don't know you from nowhere. He's like, don't be on that weird shit. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, okay. He told me to get in the car. He's like, all right, can you close the door now? I think I proved myself. And I was like, okay. Something was telling me not to close the door, but for some reason I wanted to be stupid and I wanted to close the door. So I closed the door. And all of a sudden, he just starts driving away. And I'm like, where are we going? He was like, chill out. We just going across the street to the pizza spot. Because there was like a pizza spot like right across the street. But it was dark as hell over there. Nobody was over there. There was nothing popping over there. It was really dark, really secluded, like in the cut. Like it was like in the cut where nobody could really see it for real. And I was just like, okay, why are we going over there? Like, why can't we stay at the Walmart parking lot? He's like, just chill out. Why you acting crazy? Why you being silly? Like, just chill out. And I was like, okay. At this point, I didn't want to make him mad because he seemed very mad. He seemed very hostile. And I was like, okay. I mean, like, so I just put my seatbelt on. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just put my seatbelt on. And he got mad at me for putting my seatbelt on. He was like, we just going across the street. Why you got your seatbelt on? I'm like, okay, at this point, everything that I do and everything that I say is pissing you off. So you know what? Forget the seatbelt, okay? I was trying to do safety first, but you don't want me to have safety first, so you know what? Just F the seatbelt, okay? No seatbelt. We're at the pizza spot, and he like kind of like turns his car off a little bit, but the music is still playing. This is where it gets real. He's talking to me. He's asking me all these questions like, oh, have you gave head before? What have you done? Blase, blase, blah. And I'm telling him like, no, I never gave head before. I never done anything. I'm still a virgin, blase, blase, blah. So all of a sudden, he tells me to get in the back seat. And I was just like, well, my life is over. I'm done. Like, I'm about to get raped and killed and murdered, and nobody else is going to hear about me. Like, I was about to cry because I was like, no, this can't be how I leave this earth. Me being scared, I hopped in the back seat, and he hops back there with me. All of a sudden, he just grabs the back of my neck and just starts kissing me. I was so disgusted because he was smoking that weed and I could just taste the weed on my lips and on my, how you gonna go from smoking and then you go tongue kiss me? That is disrespectful. Don't ever do that, okay? So after he does all of that, which literally just disgusted me, he grabs my phone because I had my phone in my lap, and he grabbed my phone and he just put it in a cup holder in the front seat. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, nah, just leave your phone up there. You ain't gonna need it right now. And I was like, okay. Again, he's still getting feisty with me. He's still getting mad at me. And, you know, I just thought, you know, this is about to be the end for me because he's getting really irritated. So he puts his phone up there. He puts my phone up there too. He told me to sit where I'm at. He was like, don't move, just sit there, da-da-da. So then he just starts pulling down his pants, and the thoughts running through my head, I just can't. I just don't even want to think about that because it's just like, you know, because I just remember sitting there thinking like, you literally put yourself in a situation. You didn't know this guy from anywhere. You lied and told your mom that you're hanging out with your friends, but you're not. So even if this guy does something to you, nobody's even gonna know because you didn't let nobody know where you were at. And I just remember just wanting to cry, and I was like, God, please, I am so sorry. Like, please help me get out of this situation. I did not want to, like, I just remember just feeling like just so bad. I just felt so guilty, just so bad. he's pulling down his pants, and he was like, so you said you never gave head before? And I was like, no, I never gave head before. And he was like, all right, well, you about to try it now? And I was like, no, I don't want to try it. He was like, you about to try it now? And I was just like, no, I don't want to try it. And he just like grabbed my head. Sorry. He just grabbed my head. He like tried to shove it on his thing. And I was like, I just felt so used and so disgusted with myself. And I just remember feeling so disgusted because number one, it stank, okay? It was musty as hell, and that was just flat out disrespectful. Who does that? Like, he didn't even wash himself. It was just stank as hell. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I just remember I was like, get off of me. And he kept pulling down his pants even more. Then I just remember like, God, please. I just remember thinking like, please get me out of this situation. I am so sorry. All of a sudden his phone started ringing, and it kept ringing and it kept ringing, and it was making him mad that it was ringing. He was like, hold up. I'm about to see who calling me. He was like, sit down, don't move. So at this point, the doors are locked. He did lock the doors. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but the doors were locked. He locked the doors. I took the opportunity because he was reaching forward to grab his phone. He pulled up his pants and all that. He's like, sit there, don't move, don't do nothing, just sit there. And I was like, okay, fine. But as he got up to reach for his phone, he reached for his phone, right? And the music was still playing in the background. So he got up to reach for his phone, and he had one of those cars where you can just lift up the lock just to unlock the door. So when he lifted up to grab his phone, I lifted up the lock, like I unlocked the door like that. And he sat back down, and I quickly just like acted like I didn't do anything. And then he was like, oh, it's my homie, hold on real quick. So I was like, okay. So he was talking on the phone. I was like, dang, like my phone is still up there. I had my keys in my pocket because I was like, you know what, I'm about to just run. Like, F the phone, I'm about to just run. But I was like, nah, like I want my phone. But of course, me being 16, I was like obsessed with my phone. So I was like, no, I need my phone. So he was talking on the phone with his homeboy. He's like, yeah, I'm busy right now, what's up, da 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 da. And literally I leaned forward, and he was like, hold up, man. He's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just getting my phone. He was like, why do you need your phone? I was like, I just need to tell my mom that I'm okay, da da da. He was like, man, you better not be trying to tell her nothing else. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna tell her that I'm fine or whatever. And he was like, all right, hurry up and then put your phone back. And I was like, okay. So literally it's not really funny, but I just thought it was funny how I did it because how I thought about it. But anyways, I went to go get my phone, and you guys, literally, it just happened so fast. Like, I grabbed my phone, I just remember opening the door, and I just remember booking it. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. I kept screaming like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I just remember just running to my mom's car. Like, my heart is racing right now just explaining the story. Like, I feel like I'm back in the moment. And he was like, hey, where you going? Man, F you, that F you. I didn't even care. I just booked it. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I had like tears coming down. And that was the last time I ever talked to him. Like, I never seen him since then. And he did try to message me. He was like, man, what the fuck was that? I thought you was gonna hang out with me. And I was like, no, you tried to trap me in your car, whatever. He's like, man, whatever. I blocked him, and I never talked to him ever again. I remember I just went home. My mom was like, oh, you're home. She was like, how did it go? I was like, oh, it was fun. I had fun. And my mom was like, oh, okay. And she kind of looked at me like she knew something was wrong. And after that, I told myself I will never, ever, ever meet with a guy off a line ever again. I will never, ever, ever do that ever again. But just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it, okay? So if you're a young person out there and you're trying to meet people online, just don't do it, okay? And if you're gonna do it, make sure you tell people. That way they're aware that you're meeting a stranger. If you guys enjoyed this story time, let me know. Let me know how you guys feel about the story time down below. And if you would like more story times, also let me know down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. My Snapchat is @LoveIsTheKey1. My Instagram is __ Janell16. My Twitter is @JanellNicole011. I always enjoy talking to you guys on there. Thank you guys so freaking much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.